Hi you guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jamie. I make videos on fashion, beauty, and lifestyle. And happy freaking new year, you guys, whether you're new or you're a returning subscriber. Happy 2019. I'm feeling really inspired today. It's the third day of the new year, currently Thursday, and I am really motivated for 2019. I don't know what it is. I love this like new, fresh feeling at the beginning of every year, and I feel like as I get older, I start to appreciate it more and set bigger goals and just, you know, I'm feeling really excited about it, and I want to get you guys excited about it too. I just want to share some inspiration that I think will kind of uplift 2019 and maybe motivate you to do, you know, great things this year. Also, I hit 10K on Instagram this morning when I woke up, so that is a perfect way to start this new year. So I'm feeling really motivated, really grateful to have you guys, and I'm so excited to share more content in 2019, and it's only going to go up from here. So let's just go ahead and get into this video because I'm talking your ear off. If you guys want to hear about my New Year's resolutions and get inspired for 2019, please keep watching. Okay, so this is in no particular order. I'm just listing things off as I go along. So the first thing that I really wanted to mention that is something that I always talk about, and a lot of you have purchased it, so it makes me so happy. So I want to continue to spread the word about it. This is Jesus Calling. It's a daily devotional, and I think this is essential for your new year because it's a daily devotional. You know, there's just one passage that you read every single morning. I think it's a great way to start your day, and always really, really relatable. Like, it's actually kind of crazy sometimes. I feel like it's like reading my mind. It's really easy to read and really easy to understand. So I feel like if you are feeling a little bit lukewarm, this would actually be the perfect thing for you. And if you are really strong in your faith and you haven't read this, definitely recommend. This is my third year reading it, and I just love it because, you know, it starts on January 1st and each day is meant for a different purpose. That's something I like to do every morning. Like right when I wake up, I open my blinds, I get out of bed, I read my Jesus Calling, and then I look at my phone. I try not to look at my phone until I have read the Jesus Calling. And I think it's a really great thing to start with the new year because, you know, it sets your mindset for the day and gets you going, and I feel like it's a great way to start your morning off. And I'm also mentioning it for myself too because, you know, during the holidays I made a lot of excuses on certain days that I was too busy. I'm filming holiday videos, I have a million things to do, I gotta just get up and go. I feel like I lost my morning routine in this time of year, and you know, it's part of my resolutions to get back to it. So yeah, that's why I kind of wanted to mention also for you guys, but also for myself, because I think it's great to speak things into existence. I will link it below for you guys, called Jesus Calling, Enjoying Peace in His Presence by Sarah Young. Okay, so my next tip for you guys is to get a Hydro Flask or some type of reusable bottle. So I made a commitment to this a few months back. Number one, if you're really wanting to drink a lot of water, which I'm sure a lot of you are, that's probably in a lot of people's resolutions. Personally, that's not a problem for me, but I do find that I do drink even more water than I already do with my hydro. But my main reason for having these bottles and starting this resolution a few months ago is to stop buying plastic bottles. I committed myself to that. We don't buy them in my house anymore. I only use my reusable bottles or just like cups at my house. If I'm at home, I'm not drinking out of plastic. And I have a few reasons for that. Really, the main one is to not be drinking out of plastic. I don't like the idea of drinking out of something like that that has a lot of chemicals and stuff that has been known to cause cancer. Definitely try to be eco-friendly and stop using so much waste and things that I would be throwing out. I would much rather have a bottle that I could use and use and use and never have to throw away. I'm not saying I'm gonna like die of thirst if I'm out and I don't have my Hydro Flask and I'm not gonna buy a plastic bottle. Just at home, it's one thing that I can be mindful about and something that I can commit to that, you know, would normally be something that I'd be getting a lot of. So I think it's a good step in the right direction towards, you know, helping the environment in my own personal way and also being conscious of my health. So with that, I also do glass straws. I stopped using plastic straws like early in 2018 with probably a lot of people because it kind of became a popular thing. Honestly, if you feel like a Hydro Flask is too expensive, the amount of money that you maybe spend on water bottles, you know, within maybe like 6 months is probably more than what you would be spending on a Hydro Flask. I'm not breaking down the math completely, but I think you guys get what I mean. If you're buying cases and cases of water bottles, I think you can understand that like some of that money could be put towards a Hydro Flask that you would never have to purchase bottles again. Okay, so this next one is another really big one for me. Something that I kind of learned around the time that I learned about the plastic bottles. I listened to a podcast a while ago that was during Breast Cancer Awareness Month. They had a guest on their podcast. It was a Skinny Confidential podcast. They had someone from a Breast Cancer Awareness Foundation on their podcast, and they were just basically talking about preventative measures, things that you could do to, you know, like prevent cancer in any way you can. And a few of the things that she mentioned that were really key points were plastic. She also mentioned using non-toxic products. So big ones are cleaning products. So Windex and things like that have a lot of really harmful chemicals in them that I feel like I was always inhaling because, you know, I'm always cleaning my house and doing things like that, just like everybody else is. And I felt like that was something else that needed to be substituted in my life if it could. Just one thing to switch out to make something better. So I wanted to share some non-toxic cleaning products that I've been getting recently. So a brand that I've been hearing a lot about is the brand Mrs. Meyer's Clean Day. I think is the brand, Miss Meyer's Clean Day. And I kind of started with getting the cleaning products from her. So this is a multi-surface cleaner. I've heard a lot about this. I feel like I see it on Instagram all the time. So it's kind of a no-brainer to get this. This one is a lavender scent. This one's actually brand new. I went through a whole other bottle. I think it was like a lemon scent or something like that. And then I have her dish soap that I've actually used a few bottles of so far, and I do really like it. So I definitely will not be going back to anything else. And also my hand soap. So this one is a honeysuckle scent. I have them in all the bathrooms now. I think it's great. I love it. I like using something that I know isn't harming me, you know, no more like Dawn or whatever the other brand is. What's the other hand soap brand? And this other one, oh, like Bath and Body Works. No, that's canceled. I'm done with that. And then I'm taking it an even step further with my laundry detergent. So I haven't used this yet. This is brand new. I actually just got this last night. So this is a lavender scent as well. I will probably keep you guys posted on maybe Instagram if I like it or not. I don't see why not. If I don't like it, I'll probably try the 7th generation one. That is a popular one that I always hear about too. But yeah, I wanted to, you know, also take it a step further with my laundry detergent, since that is another thing that we use constantly and it's on the clothes that we're wearing. It touches our skin. So yeah, I wanted to do that. So those are the natural cleaning products that I'm using. I'm probably going to still continue to experiment with other things. And then also one of the other things I mentioned was deodorant. So the deodorant subject is one thing that I feel like a year from now, it's going to be like, if you're not using aluminum free deodorant, it's going to be like, what the heck are you doing? Like, you need to make the switch to natural deodorant. I know that probably sounds like an over exaggeration, but really I feel like it's something that is another thing we use every single day. Why the heck are we not using something better for our bodies? So close to all your breast tissue and all these lymph nodes right here. If you're feeling like maybe like, oh, it's not gonna work for me, it's gonna make me smell bad, I need something good, you know, they actually work really good. I feel like a year ago there weren't as many options. Like, it really like was kind of hard to wear the natural deodorants. Like, I really loved the Schmidt's brand, which is probably what you're assuming I'm talking about if you are a returning subscriber, because I've talked about it. But recently, I don't know what happened, you guys, it all of a sudden started upsetting my skin and I got a rash. And I don't know why, because I literally have used I think it's 2 containers of it, and then the third one that I got all of a sudden just irritated my skin. I don't know if there was like a defect in the ingredients or something happened. There was something wrong with that one, but I'm using this new brand called Native. Let me grab it. This is Native deodorant. I think I just got, oh, that's the coconut and vanilla scent. So this is another really popular one. I'm seeing it all over Instagram. Another popular one is the Kopari deodorant, and that one actually irritated my skin as well. I don't know if there's some type of like common ingredient in these. I tried looking, but I didn't really see anything that was similar. I got this at Target. I'm not really sure where else you can get it, maybe Amazon or their website, wherever. I definitely think that you should make the switch if you haven't already. This year should be the year you switch over to aluminum-free deodorant. You'll be surprised on how well they work. Okay, so this next one is a little bit more traditional New Year's resolution kind of vibe. Write it down, you guys. Right now, sit down, write down your goals, manifest it. I feel like this is so essential to like setting your New Year's goals and talking about things that you want to achieve this year. The last few ones that I mentioned were more like everyday daily routine kind of things. But if you have big goals for this year, like you want to start a business, or if you have a business and you want to take it to the next level, whatever you want to do, if you're a blogger like me and you want to collaborate with certain brands, you want to reach a certain amount of followers, which is a lot of my resolutions and like career goals for this year, you definitely should write them down. I feel like there's a lot of power in writing things down and speaking things into existence and manifesting and just all that good stuff. Just yesterday, me and my best friend, who is actually also my assistant, I just thought it'd be fun for us to do together because she's working for me now. So I actually printed out these printable sheets. Link the printables below. I'm just gonna put a picture of them up on the screen. They're super cute and kind of just makes it a little bit funner than just writing it down on just like some lined or like plain paper, you know what I mean? So I printed them out and we had a list of our goals. We kind of like jotted everything down on a separate piece of paper first and like brainstormed our own ideas. And I did a few separate ones. I did one for my personal goals, which was kind of like more like the ones I've been sharing, like using non-toxic products, you know, being healthier, those, like, you know, that kind of stuff. And then I also had my career sheet, so my professional, like, career goals. So I printed out a few separate ones. And lastly, I had a travel goal list for 2019. I really want to travel this year. I really want to manifest that and put that out there and travel a little bit more than I have before in 2019. So that's what I did. You can be creative with it. You could do whatever you want. I think it's a fun thing to do with your friend. You could do it by yourself too if you want to do it a little bit more personal. But I think it's fun to get together with somebody and do it and kind of inspire each other and talk about your goals, like kind of on that same theme of writing it down, kind of more so for like the whole year. I think it's really important to get an agenda or a planner if you have, you know, like a busy work life or a busy like social life. I think a planner is so essential if you feel like you're like all over the place, like you have a million things going on, you're forgetting things, even if it's just someone's birthday and you forgot. Like, I think it's really great to have all those things written down, appointments, just random stuff. So I've always been a huge fan of planners, but this last year I recently got a second one. Now I have a social agenda planner kind of thing, and then I have my work planner. So I got a larger size one, so there's more room to write on each date. So in here I have like all my YouTube videos scheduled, I have collaboration scheduled, I have, you know, whatever, days that Betsy's working, random stuff like that, just all work related things to keep me on track and keep me, you know, focused and keep me sharp. So I think this is great for 2019 if you're like really trying to conquer goals this year and be a girl boss or a boss just in general. I think this is important. So I get this on Amazon. I love it because it's a 2018-2019 planner. Obviously now they have 2019-2020, so you don't have to get a planner for, you know, I think it's until June I'll have to get a new planner. And I also, to take it a step further, if you want to get even more organized, have these pens. So I got these pens on Amazon. They are like a set of like, you know, these like fine tip colored pens. And my planner is color coded and it makes me so happy. So I have showed you guys this before when I was explaining it for something else. I don't remember what video it was. But here's an example. So you can see everything's color coordinated. I have like a little color key on the side, like, you know, YouTube is in orange, blog posts are in pink, Betsy's workdays are in purple, collaborations are blue, I have miscellaneous in black, and then red for urgent. Instagram is green, like, etc, etc. You guys get what I mean. But it just keeps me organized and it keeps me on point. So every day when I like start working, I look at whatever's on the calendar, what's there for the week, and I just prepare myself. So if one of your goals for this year is to be more organized and kind of like keep things on track and just like, you know, do better in your career or just your social life, whatever your goals are, whatever you want them to be, I think having a planner is essential for sure. Okay, my next tip is to organize. Clean out your life. Purge things, get rid of things. And this one is a little bit more like, you know, a lot of people do this at the beginning of the year, and I think it's a really great idea because we're starting the year off with a fresh slate, a clean slate. So before the new year, I cleaned up my whole room, I cleaned up my closet. I still have things to do, like, you know, I'm doing little increments of my house to kind of like, you know, make me not go so crazy and be like cleaning all day because I just haven't had time. But I think just throughout these next few weeks, like January is a good time to try to do these things, like clean out things, get rid of junk you didn't use. It's a great time to like kind of evaluate, like I literally haven't seen this all year. Like I didn't see it once in 2018. I probably should get rid of it. So that's kind of like the time that I like to do it. I feel like I do it all the time, but beginning of the year is a perfect time to do that if you've been putting it off and you want to kind of start fresh. So I do have a few like cleaning videos on my channel, well, organizing mainly. I organize my whole closet on my channel. I have a closet organization and transformation video, and then I also have a closet tour kind of like updated. So if you guys want to do that with your closet, I'll link that video below. And I do also have a vanity clean out organization video. So just like getting rid of things, organizing, I have some tips in there to organize, and I think it's a great thing to check out during this time of year because like I said, it's great to start off with a clean space, an organized space. I feel like a clean space gives you a clean mind and you don't have to think about anything. You can just focus on your life. You don't have to think about the mess that's piling up around your house. You know what I mean? So I think that's something that is kind of an obvious tip, but it needs to be mentioned because it is so important, and I'm such a firm believer in being tidy and clean. So yeah, I just had to mention that real quick. Okay, so my next tip I think is an amazing tip. I really got into this like beginning of 2018, and I feel like it really like transformed me. Like I feel like I learned so much in, you know, just a year from doing this, and that is listening to podcasts and audiobooks. You guys, honestly, if you're like not in school, maybe been out of school for a while, you're maybe trying to find like your passion, whatever, I think podcasts are literally life-changing, and that might sound so silly to some of you, but there is so much knowledge on podcasts. Like I feel like I should be paying for some of this stuff. I have like a whole blog post about podcasts on my website. I will link it below so I don't babble on and on about all the podcasts I love, because there is a lot. I have like what each podcast will give you, what you'll get out of it, and all that stuff. So I think that's a great one to refer back to for the beginning of the year. because if you're not into podcasts, you should get into them. They are literally amazing. I'm not even kidding. So podcasts are one, and also audiobooks. So if you're someone like me and maybe you like just can't, I feel like I cannot get into an actual book. Like I have a hard time physically reading. I love to like listen to things and like take in information, and I really want to read more. Like that's literally one of my resolutions, to read more, because I think there's so much knowledge in books and so much to be learned. So I have an Audible subscription. This is not sponsored. I pay for it monthly. You get like a credit each month for a free book. That kind of gave me the idea that I want to do a reading list blog post for 2019 on my blog. I have my podcast one, like recommendations for you guys, and now I want to do kind of like what I'm gonna like try to achieve to read this year. So I think I'm going to do that. I have a few inspirational ones that I really want to read. That's a big part of my resolution. So I think I'll do that blog post soon. You guys can just like kind of stay updated on my Instagram. If you're not following me, follow me. Just truly Jamie. Something else that has become a big part of my life, because now I'm doing it every single morning, is celery juice. So I'm sure there's a lot of you that have heard about this whole celery juice craze. It's kind of become a huge thing within these last like 6 months, maybe a year. I didn't hear about it until recently, but I know it's a really popular thing. So I have celery juice every single morning before I eat anything else. I have it on an empty stomach. I have it before my coffee. I wake up, I juice my celery, and then I drink it. So celery juice is like a huge thing right now. Like literally everybody's doing it. Everyone's talking about it, and it has incredible results, you guys. Like I cannot even believe the testimonies that I'm seeing on Instagram. So this whole thing kind of started from this guy on Instagram. He's called The Medical Medium. That's his Instagram name. I'll put a picture of it on the screen. He's a doctor or whatever, a nutritionist, and he started this whole celery juice craze because he just started talking about the benefits of celery juice and what it could do for your life, and it just kind of caught on, and it's really just been snowballing. Like literally celery is sold out at grocery stores. Like my boyfriend is doing it too, and he went to 2 different grocery stores and was sold out at both stores. So just crazy the impact it's having. Like it's really catching on, and I'm sure if you haven't heard about it until now, you'll start to hear about it more within this year, because it's huge. So it has a ton of benefits. If you go and look at his Instagram, you can just read more about it. I'll name up a few benefits just to let you guys know a little bit more about it. I'm seeing a lot of people that have really bad eczema and a lot of really bad skin issues like clear up like within 7 days of drinking celery juice. So that's crazy. There's some insane pictures on there if you guys want to go check it out. There's a lot of things on there. I'm not going to go too into it because I am not a doctor, but I'm going to read a few. So it says it lowers blood pressure, which is huge for a lot of people because I know a lot of people suffer from high blood pressure. It prevents cancer, which is huge again. Anti-inflammatory, can help with autoimmune diseases. It can help with acne, IBS, acid reflux, and there's just so much more. So that's just to name a few. There's a lot of reasons I'm doing it. I'm really into those kinds of things and doing things if it's good for my health. So I have 16 ounces every single morning, and basically 1 stalk of celery makes that amount for me. My dad is doing it too, and he literally could rave about it all day long. Like he has seen a huge difference in his energy and the way he feels, and just like overall his well-being. Like he is obsessed with it. So I definitely notice my energy too. I feel like I last literally all day long, and other times I feel like I would maybe get a little bit fatigued and kind of like hit a wall throughout the day and just be like done and like I can't anymore. I feel like I am just like going, and I have, you know, the only thing that I've changed is the celery juice. So if you guys want to do more research on it, you can. I thought that was just a fun thing to mention because it is part of my New Year's resolution. Yeah, I think that is pretty much everything for this video. I feel like this is going to be really long because I have a lot to say. I'm feeling really motivated for this year. I'm really inspired for 2019. Like, I don't know what it is about it. I think it's just like the older you get, like you realize like so much can happen in a year, especially when you're like becoming an adult. Like, you know, when you're younger, it's like, okay, what really changes in a year? Like you grow a year older, you maybe look a little bit different, and that's kind of like maybe it. When you get to like my age, like you're in your 20s, like literally so much could happen with these next 5 years. Like I could be a mom, I could be married, like hopefully Marcus, I'll be married. So many life changes are going to happen in this time that I'm really trying to be intentional with, you know, my goals and just like my life. So really excited about 2019. I hope this wasn't like too intense for you. I feel like I got like a little bit like really into it there, but one of my goals have already been reached, and it's to hit 10K. Obviously I have a bigger number for the rest of the year, and I want to grow that. So if you guys are not subscribed, please subscribe. If you're not following me on Instagram, please go follow me so I can reach those goals and just connect with you guys. If we can grow and continue to make more videos and just make even better content and have an amazing year just like we had last year. So if you made it to the end of this video, I love you. You are committed to your goals this 2019. If you did like it, make sure you give me a thumbs up. And yeah, I think that is pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you next week. Bye.